Hi everyone, right on time. Happy Friday, TGIF. Okay, so YNR was good, but we have a little bit of drama coming. It hasn't happened yet, but it's coming. Okay, so it's funny because I was going to talk about how I haven't seen Zelenka Silver, Audra in a while, and I was wondering why. Well, we saw her today, and well, we know how she feels about Victor, and that's she doesn't trust him at all because she and Nate were talking about everything that's going on, and she says, I just don't trust Victor because he's shady and stuff. So, and Nate says, yeah, I know, I'm on the same page with you. So there's that. Okay. And then Tracy and Alan. Okay, so this comes from yesterday, and Tracy got a phone call from Alan when she was with Diane, and we didn't see Alan at all. Um, but from Tracy, he sounded like the old Alan, like the man she loves. So it could be Alan or it could be Martin trying to act like Alan. Still don't know yet. Um, and what's going to tear people apart is the only ones who know about Alan might be Martin are Tracy, Jack, and Chance. And Chance only knows because he's supposed to be with the police. So, and I think what I was talking about when I said tear apart is I think this might tear apart Jack and Diane's marriage because I guess Jack had lied in the past, so Diane is very worried about him telling the truth to her all the time. So I don't know. So if he's hiding this from her for her own protection, however, she's not going to take it that way. She's going to take it as he was lying to her. So that might be the end of the thing. I don't know. Okay. Then we saw Brighton James Devon for about 2 minutes because he was talking to Nate and Lily. And Lily asked him to come over because she had some information that she wanted to give both of them at the same time. And her theory and Victor's, well, she has some chutzpah because she was willing to go to Victor for help. And Victor said, she asked Victor if he was telling her the truth, which anyone who questions Victor's validity at all on anything has chutzpah. Because, yeah. Okay, so he says, yeah, I trust my sources. I wouldn't lie to you. I know we have a rift and I want to mend it. So that's where he stood with that. And then he posited a theory, which is maybe I'm not the one who's lying. Maybe, uh, Jesus, I forgot the name for 2 seconds. Um, Al- Alistair, maybe he's the one who's lying. Dumas, maybe he's the one who's lying. And I was like, yeah, maybe he is because he's the one who's been maybe wishy washy. Well, we don't even know who he is. I mean, we have a name, but that doesn't mean anything. We don't know who he is. We haven't seen him. We haven't even heard his voice yet. So, man, okay, I gotta give it to YNR, which is really strange because I was gonna tell them that they need to do something to keep up with Bold or other soap operas because more than enough times I get bored with the storylines, but maybe they're I don't know. I mean, I feel like they're setting us up for a big reveal, and I mean big, because let's see. We've been talking about the existence of this character Dumas for since. Hold on. Last month was March. We're just now in April. We've been talking about it since March or late February. Okay, and we're in April and we still haven't got. So now we're talking about possibly 3 months between talking about it and meeting this character. That's a big setup. So whoever he is, like as far as the actor they pick and the character stuff they're gonna do with him has to be major for all this setup here. So okay. And then Esther, and then we started the episode with Esther, Kate Linder, saying that uh, Kyle and Claire are a cute couple and they should say they love each other already. And I agree with that. So I like that. It's kind of sad that we don't see Esther that much. I like that character. Um, yeah, so that was pretty much it because let's see. Well, there was some stuff with Nate and Audra, and they were gonna get like intimate, but then that's when Lily and Devon knocked on the door. Mhm. So yeah, that's that for that, and then so I covered all the storylines. Oh, a little minor thing here. Um, you can tell how Victor feels about Kyle because, okay, so Kyle and Claire are sharing a coffee. And just to be clear, Kyle had his own coffee, and Claire had this tiramisu thingy. Okay. And they shared a little bit of it together, and then they were going to go out to dinner and whatever, right? Okay, so Claire just happens to spot her grandfather and says, "Hey, Grandpa," you know. So he talks to her completely and acts like Kyle isn't even there. And then Kyle keeps talking. Kyle has some chutzpah too, because Kyle keeps talking like he can still hear him, and he says, well, the way I look at it is my connection with my father is the same way with their granddaughter. It's great and it's growing, and you have to get used to it. Wham! And I'm like, whoa. So that was cool. That was cool. I think it shows that Eric Braeden likes Michael Mueller because they're able to play with each other like that. So, okay, that's it. Bye, everybody.